So this is based on the movie I watched 1 month ago, called Geostorm. I tried to make it look like I wasn't copying. It's just based on the movie. If you haven't seen it, you totally should. This story is based on the first parts of the movie, where military troops start to investigate a frozen village in Afghanistan. I hope you enjoy, and please comment if you think I should write part 2. Everyone was warned. But no one listened. A rise in temperature. Ocean patterns changed. And ice caps melted. They called it extreme weather. They didn't know what extreme was. In the year of 2019, hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, and droughts unleashed a wave of destruction upon our planet. We didn't just lose towns or beachfronts. We lost entire cities. The East River swallowed Lower Manhattan. A heat wave killed 2 million people in Madrid in just one day. But in that moment, facing our own extinction, it became clear that no single nation could solve this problem alone. The world came together as one, and we fought back. Scientists from 17 countries, led by the US and China, worked tirelessly, not as representatives of their nations, but of humanity. They found a way to neutralize the storms with a net of thousands of satellites, each deploying countermeasures designed to impact the basic elements of weather: heat, pressure, and water, all overseen by the International Space Station. They gave the satellite net a technical name, but we all came to call it Dutch Boy, after the story of the child who plugged a dam with his finger. This is what saved us all. And it was built by a team, led by one man. When catastrophic climate change endangers Earth's very survival, world governments unite and create the Dutch Boy program, a worldwide net of satellites surrounding the planet that are armed with geoengineering technologies designed to stave off the natural disasters. After successfully protecting the planet for 2 years, the Dutch Boy program starts having malfunctions. What they thought had secured the planet strikes back and starts damaging it. 2 years later, a desert like no other, people like no other, a village like no other. People walk around, buying and selling from the markets. Children laugh and run around, playing with their pets and their friends. Workers grunt, using their efforts to make another wooden house. A boy sits in a seat at the back of a tent with his dog while his mother haggles with a customer. He starts sighing and looks out at the desert. Do you want to go outside and go for a run? Do you want to play? He asks his dog. The dog starts jumping up and fills with excitement. Let's do it then. Come on, let's go. The boy picks up his small and almost hairless dog and tells his mother that they are going for a run. Don't go out too far and be careful, the mother warns, like always. The boy rolls his eyes and starts running with his dog to the desert. He stops though when he feels a slight breeze coming from ahead. He cocks his head and looks at his dog, like it would be any help. Suddenly, the grains of sand he is standing on feel cold, and his head snaps up. Electricity shoots up his spine, and it's all over in one moment. He wanted to look at his dog, but his dog is also frozen already. The village starts freezing with the boy, and people freeze. There is no time to think because they are already dead. 2 weeks later. Are you ready? Have you got your radios and satellite trackers? Communication telephones? Are we ready? Yes, sir. Then let's do this. Stop the van and park us right over here. Yes, sir. All right, gentlemen, it's time for some investigating. The highly trained military troopers and their chief get out of the van and carefully start walking over the desert. As they keep marching and connecting their devices, a frosty breeze immediately makes the troops to start wishing they had brought extra gear and clothes. However, the chief remained cautious. He picks up the grains of sand that the breeze had slightly touched and examines them. Unlike the normal grains of sand you would find on a beach, they were cold and stiff, and just a little bigger. The chief furrows his eyebrows and rakes his eyes over the sand until he sees a village far away. Except the village is on ice. The chief widens his eyes and calls out to the rest of the team. Everyone get out your devices and trackers. We're heading towards that village on ice. The chief nods warily to the rest of the team and starts walking again. The others share glances with each other, saying we might be scaredy cats, but our chief knows best. Let's follow. And they also start marching. Once safely at the village, the team starts to investigate. The people are all frozen, and it looks like a real-life model of a village turned into an ice skating rink. At the very front of the village is a boy with his dog. The boy looks confused and the dog is in a position which means he was running. The chief approaches a frozen woman holding a basket and lightly touches her frosted hand. The hand suddenly falls to the frozen ground, leaving a side of pink and red left on her elbow. The chief staggers back, widens his eyes again, and shakes his head. We got a frozen village in the desert here. I just touched a woman's hand, and it freaking fell off. Do you get that? From the other side of the line, a voice comes back. Yes, we get that. Can you tell us if they are all still frozen, or if the ice is starting to wear off? Sir, the ice is frozen. It doesn't look like it snowed because of a natural disaster. I think there's something wrong with Dutch boy.